Hey guys, let's do this. This is just a little quiz review, and it starts with naming. The first thing that you were supposed to do is name this line 7 different ways. You have to remember, to name a line, you need 2 capital letters with the line symbol. And since lines go on forever, it does not matter which 2 you pick. So you can have RS or SR. You can have ST or TS, and then you can have RT or TR. And the 7th way is by just calling it line Q with the scripted letter in the corner. Remember, you do not name a line with 3 letters. That is bad. Do not do that. Okay? Naming an angle 4 different ways. So the first one is just plain and simple angle E, but remember, you can only name an angle with 1 letter if it's by itself. If you had an angle that looked like that, or if you had an angle that looked like that, or if you had multiple angles, you would not be able to name it angle E. So angle E is only allowed if it's by itself. You can also name it by angle 1. If you have a number on the inside, you can name it with that angle. Otherwise, you can always name an angle with 3 letters. So remember, the vertex always needs to be the middle letter. So you have angle DEF, or you have angle FED. You cannot name it EDF or EFD or DFE. The second letter always needs to be your vertex. Alright? That's naming. A couple little quick drawing problems. Non-collinear points. There's 3 of them. So basically what you do is you draw a line, and remember, you need 2 points to make a line, and then you just put the 3rd point off of it, and that's 3 non-collinear points. The next says 5 coplanar points. So that means you have a plane, and you just put 5 points inside. And those would be 5 coplanar points. And that's it. You're good to go. The next 2 problems are algebra problems dealing with either segment addition or midpoint. Now remember, you need congruent tick marks or something telling you that you have a midpoint. Otherwise, you're going with segment addition. So in number 5, it says M is the midpoint of AB. So it is okay to say that the little piece is equal to the little piece. So you have 3x plus 3 is equal to 5x minus 7. That'll leave you with 2x is equal to 10. So x is equal to 5, but you are not done. You also need to substitute it back in to find the length of AB. So you substitute it back in. And 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 is 18. And then you can also check it again. 5 times 5 is 25 minus 7 is also 18. Just to make sure you did it correctly, you should get the same on both left and right, which means AB is 36. Next example. You have nothing that states that E is a midpoint. There's no congruency tick marks. It doesn't say E is a midpoint, so that means you have to use segment addition. So you have x plus 2 plus 2x plus 3 is equal to 7x minus 11. That's going to give you 3x plus 5 is equal to 7x minus 11. So that's going to give you from here 4x is equal to 16, meaning x is equal to 4. Now I just need to know what EF is this time, so you just substitute 4 in here. 8 plus 3 is 11, and you are done with segment addition. And the last section that we're going to talk about for this quiz is your midpoint and distance formulas. So the distance formula, you have to remember, is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And of course, it does not matter which you pick as 0.1 or 0.2. So to do number 7, all you need to do is the square root of 8 minus 4 squared plus, and then you need to do negative 1 minus 7 squared. 8 minus 4 is 4 squared plus negative 1 minus 7 is a negative 8 squared. So 16 plus 64 is going to give you 80. And of course, these are all square root. So AB is the square root of 80. Now, if it says give a decimal, then you just type it in your calculator. But it's most likely going to say give an exact answer. So remember, to break that down, you just break down 80, and you're going to get 10 and 8. 8 will drop down to 4 and 2. 4 will drop down to 2 and 2. 10 will drop down to 5 and 2. So we have a pair of 2's. We have another pair of 2's, and we are left with a 5. So our answer is 4 root 5. Remember, you must know how to simplify radicals. Midpoint. If you're finding a midpoint, you can use the formula, which is x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 all over 2, which is just the average of your x's and the average of your y's. So since this one says find m, which is your midpoint, all you have to do is 7 plus 1 over 2, comma, 3 minus 7 over 2, and then simplify it. 7 plus 1 is 8 divided by 2 is 4. 3 minus 7 is a negative 4 divided by 2 is a negative 2, and that's it. You're done. The last one is a little different. It still says m is the midpoint, but this time we're giving you the midpoint, so you have to find the other endpoint. So that's just like giving a little sketch like this, where we have 2 points and we're trying to find the last one, which would make that the midpoint. So you could do it in a complicated algebra way, or you can just use the shortcut, where you have your first endpoint, and then you list your midpoint, and then you list your other endpoint. And you have to ask yourself, how do you get from 4 to 1? And the answer is you subtract 3, so you subtract 3 again from 1. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. And then we're going to do it again with the y's. How do you get from a negative 3 to a positive 2? You have to add 5, so we add 5 again. And 2 plus 5 is 7. And that's it. So that was just an example of each type of question that you might see on your quiz. Your quiz is a little bit longer. We'll have more time to review tomorrow. This is just something to keep you busy in class. And here's a little answer key for you so you can check to make sure if you did everything correctly. All right, this is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.